Okay, let's continue on more Apologist Destiny Trilogy, where we are up to trial number 1, trial 1, I'm guessing, of third case of the second game. I wanted to start a lot sooner once again, but it turns out the YouTube still is like messing me around with the amount of different things there are for it. So let's just make sure everything works first. See how we go, and see how far we can do. It might be a short stream, we'll just see how it goes. I'll keep going as much as I can, so... I want to start a lot sooner, but... Again, like... Everything was already set up, and then I had to wait another hour and, like, 16 minutes again, so I don't know if it's because... YouTube is stuffing up, because there was something that mentioned about, like, hey, if you, this advanced features makes it so that your upload speed is lower or something, they take longer. It's like, well, YouTube are currently basically stuffing me around when it comes to that, because I don't want to stream while I'm uploading the videos, because I'm at a point where my internet is, like, below half of what the recommended, well, my highest speed is, like, 7,000, they recommend 10 to 15,000, so I'm already lower than the actual recommended as it is, so I don't want to tank it even further by not, doing stuff, so, let's just, this might only be a short 2-hour stream or so. I might try and do another stream later. I'll see how it goes, so we'll see what happens, but, let's, get things going. So, we are at trial day 1, for the third episode of the second game, so I think this is the one I want to load, so get things started. I don't think we've done anything with the evidence or anything like that yet. We basically are starting in the same spot that we were in before, from what I remember. So yeah, I would have liked to have started sooner, but it is what it is. I can't really do much about it. And as it is, like, we're going up and down with these streams anyway, so we'll just see how this goes today. Which does sound female. Tape recorder added to the court record. Used by Miriam to secretly record the conversation in the art room. Woman can be heard shouting, "You're a goner." So this one, as I said, we want to press the second, third, and fifth, well, press every segment, basically. The noise and low volume of the voice have made voice print analysis all but impossible. You haven't identified the voice as belonging to the defendant? Not so fast. After all, voice print analysis isn't everything. The victim was killed at night, then discovered in the afternoon the next day. Question is, when was the body moved? Oh, I know. Could have been moved in the middle of the night when no one was around. Sorry, but no. Campus was full of students that morning. However, no one reported seeing a body. It means the body was moved sometime before the mock trial when all the students. Faculty were gathered in the lecture hall, and the rest of the campus was empty. During this time, Hugh O'Connor, one of the mock trial participants, found the body. Prosecution heard about Hugh seeing the body. Wait one moment. If all of the students and faculty were gathered in the lecture hall, then there wouldn't have been anyone who could have moved the body. Have no fear, for there is always an exception. An exception? 3 mock trial participants were standing by in individual dressing rooms. They were the only ones who had free access to the deserted campus before the mock trial. Then that would mean... What would that mean? Those 3 students were the only ones who could have moved the body. In justice we trust. Don't like where this is headed, Athena. Me neither. And by those 3, I mean... Hugh O'Connor, Robert Newman, and Juniper Woods. I knew it. Please, Detective Fulbright, don't say what I think you're about to say. In justice we trust, I take it everyone understands now. The voice believed to be that of the murderer was female. And out of the 3 people who could have moved the body, just one is a girl. That leaves the defendant, Juniper Woods, as the only possibility. Impressive. He has you on the ropes even before any cross-examination. Could at least pretend to be upset for me. Splendid job, Fulbright. It could not be any clearer. Feel free to anticipate a salary rise next month. I don't do this for the money. It's all about justice. In justice we trust. Not only a half-wit, but a perennial stick in the mud you are. Guess neither the carrot nor the stick works under Fulbright. Now, bailiff, please bring our next witness to the stand. That is the box. She's gonna burst out of the box, isn't she? So, our first witness is a cardboard box. I thought she was gonna burst out. Stealth mode deactivated. Oh my, the box has hands. Smile, Your Honor. What the dickens? I've just had my picture taken. Miriam Scuttlebutt, senior at the Legal Academy. I'm a reporter on the judge case. Juniper's been a bad, bad girl. I'll tell you all about her crime. I'd ask whether you could come out of that box. I'm not get any more scoops if I blow my cover. So the answer is no. Covert action is an undercover reporter's bread and butter. But testimony from a faceless witness is highly irregular. A former ninja I met in the clink said that exposing those who work in the shadows is to pass the death sentence upon them. Oh my, I never thought of it that way. Very well, if it would spare a life, I'll make a special exception this time. Former ninja in prison? Holy Shinto, how can the judge believe this load of crock? Now your testimony, please. Oh, but take care not to reveal your face. Testimony time. The similarity of the case and the script. Murder happened exactly like Juniper's mock trial script. Until the mock trial began, only Professor Court and Juniper knew about the script's content. Professor Court's sudden decision to use the script sparked Juniper's murderous rage. Juniper has to be the killer. She's a motive in the murder is just like her script. Okay, I think that only had 4, so... The murder is just like her script. Could such a thing be true? Compare a script with the murder case and crime scene photos, then you'll see. This is so simple, even an ape posing as a decrepit old judge could understand. Only the victim, the defendant, were privy to the script. Ergo, the defendant is the killer. Furthermore, in the art room where the crime supposedly occurred, this witness's script, along with an envelope in which "used" was written, were found. This proves that the accursed script had been rejected the day before the mock trial. Welcome in, Laughing Panda. I see you so much in other... I've seen you in 3 streams today. Well, this will be my my stream, Sarada's stream, and Nook's stream as well. Yeah, I only just came online now. Like, I've only been online for like less than 10 minutes. No big deal. It's probably gonna be a shorter stream today, but we'll see how we go. Makes perfect sense. What now? Welcome in, Lotus. Hope you're doing well today. Oh, Chonk, and you're here too. I'm doing pretty well. We are, it's probably gonna be a shorter stream today, but we'll see how it goes. We're, doing some, Apollo Justice. We're doing the voices for all the characters, or at least I'm trying to anyway. Yeah, it's good communication. You love the shirt? It's not even really like a style shirt, actually, but, yeah, welcome in, everyone. Hope that everyone's doing well this, afternoon, or, well, in my case, afternoon. For most people, it's probably evening at this point. Scooter Blackwell has all his ducks lined up in a row. It's really on a roll now. It's like a pit bull once it sinks his teeth into you. How dare she? The script had it all. A bum rapping for any evidence? Grudges and betrayals? trust the defense is ready to cross-examine the witness. No problem. I mean, yes, I'm ready. I think. Time to find a hole in a testimony. Unbox the truth. Seen it done over and over. I know I can do this. Yeah, so, yeah, this game's very wacky. We're basically solving a mock trial, a trial within a trial of a murder. Yeah, expect a lot of puns, expect a lot of colorful characters and reactions, expect a lot of, over-the-top, like, reactions to things as well. So, yeah, gonna be a lot of fun for a little bit.
Hold it!
These games are very fun to, see how everyone reacts. We've only just started the trial phase, though, so still got a little while to go. Must be places where the script in this case diverge. That's with the details. That kind of stress would give you wrinkles.
Objection!
I'm worried my skin is as fair as silk.
Objection!
I love seeing all these emotes as well. All these different, but welcome in everybody, I should say. Lotus, Chonkin, Panda. Nice to see my chat interacting with each other too, which is nice. Indeed, you are quite fair. Fairly desperate. So yeah, this is the prosecutor. Our prosecutor is a criminal I should keep it on him when he talks. What did you just say? Like we'll really turn that one around on you. So do you want? Hurry up and think of a clever comeback. Easy there, Athena. So I should give some context to this character. This character is a criminal in jail who also happens to be a prosecutor, who also orders the judge around, and who also has a pet hawk that attacks the witnesses and attacks us and sits on the judge's head. Now you listen to me, the two cases do indeed have their differences. For one, the stage hadn't yet been erected in the mock trial script. In the actual case, there were signs indicating the victim's wrists had been bound. But such differences pale in comparison to the host of similarities. In the event, replicating the crime without knowledge of the script is an impossibility. Looks like I might be passing this off as a coincidence. What a total burn. Try again, why don't you, pawn of woods?
Hold it!
I could have stolen a peek beforehand. Don't think so. I mean, I tried any number of times. Shame on you, Miriam. That crafty she-devil Juniper has eyes in the back of her head. Chances are your average person have if an undercover reporter like me failed. Interesting point. Still, Scuttlebutt, would you get in trouble later for admitting to such underhanded tactics? Why, I played entrapment. That was you blurting out at your own crime entrapment. You haven't scripted me yet. I'm all set to use Juniper's script. So this character here in the box, she makes snake noises, which is obviously supposed to be a reference to Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid. Obviously, if you've played any of the Metal Gear Solid games, you would know that, Snake likes to hide in cardboard boxes. And, this character also, likes to, plant, voice recording devices all around the school.
Hold it!
Which is obviously illegal. How do you know that Professor Court wasn't going to use her script? There in the art room where the heinous crime took place. An envelope marked used, and Miriam Scuttlebutt's script were found. Evidently, the script that was going to be used belonged to the girl in the box over there. It's only natural that my script would be accepted and hers rejected. It introduced all sorts of brand new concepts, including bribery and fake evidence. It's a cutting-edge script portraying a courtroom battle in the dark age of the law. Can't help but feel prosecutor court went out of her way not to use it. But Juniper, she used some devious underhanded tactics to get a script chosen. That's why her script and not my masterpiece was used in the mock trial. How's that for an explanation?
Hold it!
Anyone who saw the mock trial could have recreated the crime. After they saw the mock trial, they could have easily staged the body just like the script.
Objection!
Weary is the trial which pits Hawk against Canary.
Objection!
What did you just say? If he's so weary, we should try humphing him less. Bet that'd save some energy. It's no time for jokes, Apollo. He just called me a canary. Don't let him get to you. These canaries pick up on things quickly, just like you. I shan't repeat myself, so listen carefully, Sykes Dono. Hugh O'Connor discovered the body before the mock trial even begun. How could one stage the body if it is in the script before anyone knew its contents? That's right. Do you even fathom the intricacies that go into staging a crime scene? No, I think not. You have the rudimentary mind of an elementary school child. Elementary school? Porter's testimony throws attorney Athena Sykes for a loop. The perfect caption. Oh, marvelous. A photo in the newspaper is just the thing to boost your brand. In a school paper? Seriously? I believe you've pressed the witness more than enough, Miss Sykes. Now, do you see how clear-cut my case is? Take it now and in that fair, desperate mind of yours. Etch it deep so it may never forget. And my arguments get thrown back in my face. It wasn't supposed to be like this. What am I gonna do? Athena, you should just about have all the answers you've been looking for now. Think about it this way. The killer knew the details of the mock trial. Did they really commit the crime in the exact same way? I don't follow. Try to place yourself in the killer's shoes. But you'll discover an inconsistency if you do. I get it. Thanks, Apollo. Scuttlebutt, just so we're clear, you're claiming that the killer intentionally made the crime scene look just as it was in the script. That it is beyond the shadow of a doubt, not a coincidence. Is that correct? No, duh. After all, it's just more evidence of Juniper's evil she-devil ways.
Objection!
What did I say? What did I say? Client made the crime scene look just like the script, something only known to her. Be not just foolhardy, but completely irrational. What do you mean? Yes, Miss Sykes, please tell this court what you mean by irrational. Wouldn't it make any sense for Junie to mimic her own script on purpose because it would, mean leaking the script, mean, make her the culprit, or not be possible? It would be the, it would make her the culprit. Wait, what is this talk of a cult? There's a cult going on? What is this talk of a cult that I'm hearing? Murder scene was the same as it was in the mock trial script. Oh, from another streamer? Oh, okay, Pirate. I've heard of Pirate Software. I've never watched one of their streams. Don't they do a lot of they do a lot of game development streams, don't they? I think they do. Think so? Yeah. I think they do a lot of like game development and stuff. I've seen them online. I've never watched them, but that's really smart to actually do as a stream. Like, hey, like helping out people with like game development and stuff. What's wrong with them being the same? Yes, miss. Lex, could explain what you mean. It's probably also because Panda is working on Panda's working on something himself, which is nice. Okay, let's say for argument's sake that Miss Woods is the killer. So then, reason would she have to intentionally make the actual murder mimic her own script? It's easy. She was admitting that she was the one of us. Yeah. That's right. If she only had really done that, would have been like proclaiming to the world that she was the killer. So what we actually have here is evidence of someone trying to frame our client. Body was found the day of the mock trial. In short, the day the details were revealed. So it would be completely inconceivable for the murder to go exactly like the script. Don't let it get into your head just yet.
Objection!
Oh, you just got made a mod in a channel, nice. No, I understand, I understand, like, it is hard to, I had, earlier today I had seven streams up, and YouTube, and TV shows, and working on stream stuff, and, yeah, I completely understand. One of my regular viewers, or at least one of the people that I see in my streams, well, they don't talk all the time, but they mod like 20 different channels, so I completely understand how much, like, it would seem Justice Dodo's comrade in arms has finally drawn her sword. However, the blade is dull, and it shall remain so until you master its use. Enough with the stupid sword metaphors already. There is a perfectly good reason for the inconsistency of which you speak. Reason? What reason? Must I spell it out everything? You are what people today call high maintenance. Oh no. Okay. The accused had intended to stop the mock trial in that event. Nary a soul would have been the wiser to the similarities of the case and script.
Objection!
No, the mock trial was only stopped after the body was accidentally discovered.
Objection!
A witness here has already discovered the body. In fact, she was led to her dearly departed professor by the accused herself. Miss Scuttlebutt saw the body too? Precisely, and with the discovery of the body, the mock trial order have been cancelled. Wait, so you didn't call the police? Nope, I kept it secret my big scoop. Can't do that. Made her pay long and hard pence for a sin, did I not, my little box top? Compared to the work of a war correspondent, the sheer terror of that was... She's... Oh, hang on a second, she's dressed exactly like Juniper. I guess she's supposed to be in uniform, but maybe it's because she's doing the judge course? I don't know, but she's dressed like Juniper is. Jeez, I wonder what the Twisted Samurai did to her. Lock off all the holes in her box? Yeah, that's all that it takes, like, honestly, like, people like honesty, people like, genuine and honest people. People like, to see, regulars in their streams, and, You know, it's just one of those things, like, you just grow with time, like, we all have to start from 0. We all have to start from 0, and, you know, we just grow from there, you know, it's, that's how networking works, especially with streaming, like, you have to, with streaming and stuff, it's often about, like, who you know, and, it is luck, it does take a lot of hard work, but, you know, if you've got good networking, and you're constantly in, other streams and stuff, eventually people will notice that you're a regular viewer, and just, you'll start to see growth, even when you weren't really necessarily looking for it, but, you know. It's just one of those things. You just got to, keep at it, and you just, go from there, really. It is networking, like, again, like, even if you're not intending to do something, it's like it's no different than meeting people online and just, like, becoming friends or like, anything like that, like, you shouldn't feel conflicted, though, like, if people want to follow or if people want to, like, you know, support, that's their, up to them, you know. It's not like you're going into every stream and asking for people to, you know, do things for you or something like that. You're getting there because you are a regular viewer. That's the way that I look at it. It's like, it's no different if someone earns a bunch of channel points or, you know, does, like, gift subs or something like this. It's like you know, that's what they're, you sort of thing. That's what you gotta look at it as. Sounds more nauseating than scary. Enough jabbering. Witness, continue your testimony. Sure, Mr. Samurai, I'm ready to finish off that she-devil. But yeah, that's kind of like what it is, but, I mean, it's up to everyone else to, it's like, again, I don't have any problem with it. Like, I do the same thing, I hang out on a bunch of, streams and chat with people, so, if people give me follows for that, if people, give me raids and come into the streams and stick around for 5 minutes or 5 hours, it doesn't really bother me at all. Like, I have a goal that I want to reach, but, you know, I'm not gonna try and force people to, stick around if they don't want to, for example. It's just not me. Okay, what Scuttlebutt saw? It's like it's in Juniper's dressing room while everyone was in the lecture hall. Juniper had changed into her stage costume. I asked her, what are you doing? Suddenly she fled to the hallway, as if she wanted me to follow her. Followed her all the way to Professor Colt's body. She led me right to it. Positive it was Juniper, because she was wearing the costume that she had made.
Hold it!
Why did you withhold such key testimony? What's that supposed to mean? You know, you haven't even started your cross-examination. No, but her testimony points to her as a potential suspect. Well, I don't think Prosecutor Blackwell is... No, wait, I bet he's already thought of that. Witness left the lecture hall to sneak into Miss Wood's room before the mock trial. That means she, too, could have moved the victim's body. Prosecutor's claim no longer has any ground to stand on. Now, no need to ruffle your own feathers, so... When you squeak like a little brat, it agitates Tarka. Do you want him to peck your eyes out? No, thanks. You listen here, the witness has a perfectly good alibi. Yeah, I do. Around the estimated time of death. It was at undercover reporter class. It's right near my home. Undercover reporter class? The proverbial rug has been pulled from under you. The witness could not be the killer. The defense must look before leaping, or at least make sure the rug's secured to the floor. Tried to warn you. Well, there ends the cross-examination. Let's allow the witness to step down. No, wait a minute. The defense has no right to cross-examine the witness after that little spectacle. For whatever a man is sowing, this he will also reap. Why can't you say you reap what you sow? Very well, if the cross-examination is over, I suppose the witness may go home. Perhaps spend some time in a lovely box and recover from today's stressful events. Don't you worry about me, Your Honor. It's no rest for the wicked, or journalist either. A third eye's always eyeing a scoop. She's always eyeing a scoop. Back to the trenches. Bye-bye.
Hold it!
I was gonna say, like, we haven't even, like, started the, actual cross-examination portion yet. Not so fast, Miss Scuttlebutt. Polo? There's just one thing I'd like to ask. Did you take a picture of the victim's body? And if not, why not? Well, that is... No, I didn't take one. That's strange. Why wouldn't you take a picture if you were always eyeing a scoop? Did you or didn't you really see the victim's body? It's not like I actually saw it, but... What the devil? Did you hear that, Your Honor? The witness didn't actually see the body. That completely overturns the prosecution's claim that the witness was led to it. Justice Dono, you dare bear steel at me again? Nice try, Boy Wonder. So what if I didn't see the body? The fact remains that Juniper led me there. Feast your eyes on this. What exactly am I looking at here? It's a crucial moment forever frozen in time by my third eye. A photo clearly showing Juniper Woods. Why did you not tell me of this? It's a shocking scoop I'm saving for just the right moment. That would be now, right here in court. Surprise! What did I do? What did I do? All journalists keep their secrets and scoop secret until the right moment. It's pretty brave hiding from Blackwell like that. Or pretty stupid. Oh, this is an unexpected turn. Athena, about this picture. See how it only shows the back of the subject? So then... Right, who knows whether this photo shows Juniper in the first place?
Objection!
A completely irrelevant point! What is relevant here is... There was someone who did try to lead the witness to the body. Take a gander at this. The route by which the accused escaped. The witness pursued the accused this way after she fled the dressing room. The accused descended to the first floor and exited the quad. Then what, Carton, cretin? Then I tripped and fell. Caught my knee on my own box. She stayed under a box even while running after someone? Sounds difficult. Recall that the body was already there, for Hugh O'Connor had already seen it. Thank you for the like, Cupid. Really appreciate it. Hope that you're enjoying Persona 5 Royal as much as I did. I feel like I keep saying that every single time, but it's a great game. It's my favorite game of all time, actually. Thank you for the continued support, though. She was trying to show someone the body because she wanted to stop the mock trial.
Hold it!
Facts have changed. That's all the more reason to examine the witness. The defense has a point there. Very well, you may proceed with your cross-examination. Seems Justice Dono has saved your pretty little hide, missy. For now, at least. Guess I pulled that out. Oh, guess I pulled that off somehow. Thanks, Apollo. You're a lifesaver. Incidentally, my compliments to the witness for a very fine box. It's primo cardboard, lovingly selected from many. Tell another lie or hide another fact from me. I shall put it to the torch. Please, anything but that. Yeah, I appreciate all of my lurkers, even if no one's talking. It's like obviously if the chat is talking, that's really cool too, because I can take a break and just like chill with chat. But lurkers are the lifeblood of Twitch, so it's not like no one should ever feel like they have to be forced to talk if they don't want to. I always appreciate all my views. Right, Miss Sykes, you may cross-examine the witness. Okay. You don't have to read these now because we've already read them, so we'll just press the statements first. Said you snuck in, but why would you do something like that? Because if I got a big scoop on Juniper, club membership would go through the roof. Right now, the newspaper club only has one member, me. The club's history once I'm gone. So the Themis Herald's brand recognition is a matter of life and death. Means may be questionable, but her motive is surprisingly sound. Extra, extra. Students seeking the thrills and chills of expose journalism report to the club room. It has been a paid advertisement. Anyway, where was I? Never took Miriam for such a go-getter.
Hold it!
Why would she change into that costume? The mock trial was about to begin. How should I know? If you don't believe me, take a look at this photo. Captured this critical moment like the gonzo journalistic pro I am. This only shows the back of whoever was fleeing. Expect me to shoot her face when she's running away from me? Guess you're right, but this doesn't seem to be getting me anywhere. At any rate, as this photo shows, Juniper was in her stage costume.
Hold it!
Doesn't mean you had to chase her. Calls it a journalist's instinct. See something fishy, I go after it. You never did catch up to her, did you? True undercover journalist gets up and dusts herself off when she stumbles. That reminds me, didn't you fall during the chase? When you tripped on your box? True undercover journalist is always ready to stumble over a great story. Sure are a lot of holes in your story. Or is that just the scuttlebutt brand of journalism? True undercover journalist always prevails against her adversaries.
Hold it!
What does a client have to gain from leading me here? The accused had employed a self-penned script as a manual for murder. Ergo, she had to stop the mock trial before the script's details became public. And that accounts for a desperate attempt to lead our carton cretin here to the body.
Objection!
As we all know, Miss Scuttlebutt didn't alert the authorities. As a result, the mock trial began as scheduled.
Objection!
The issue here is not whether it was in fact halted. The fact remains that the accused was trying to lead the witness to the body. Does that not show clear intent to halt the mock trial? Press this one.
Hold it!
We present on this one, but we press this as well. Say it was our client because the figure you witnessed was wearing the costume. Is that a bit simplistic? It's only as simple and clear cut as a good piece of journalism should be. Sure, it's simple, but I highly call it clear cut. That's why I chased her. She keeps saying that it was Junie, but she didn't even actually see the body. Yeah, but Blackwell's I was about to say assertion again, but Blackwell's assertion takes that into account. So even if I press her on her never seeing the body, I won't be able to overturn this testimony. Well, whoever it was that was fleeing, Mira never did see their face, so I'm wondering why she thought it was Juniper. Try thinking along that line and see what you come up with. Well, the first thing I noticed was that the costume is incorrect because the costume, as we can see here, the costume is supposed to have like constellations going through the fabric, these yellow constellations. So that wasn't there. So if she made the costume, well, the costume is incorrect that she's showing off here.
Objection!
Scuttlebutt's sole basis for identifying our client as the figure in this photo. It's the fact that it shows someone in Miss Wood's stage costume. Well, it is Juniper's costume, so it must be Juniper in it. It's clear cut. Gonna pull a string for a little while? Okay, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you, stopping by. I keep repeating myself every time I say. I keep noticing I'm doing that a lot. I say the same thing, but then I say the same thing like with a couple of words in between. Oh. Oh, never mind. I thought you were going to. I thought you were leaving. I wasn't sure what you meant. Maybe I should have clarified before. This is a design drawing of our client's stage costume. My, what a wonderful creation! The constellations are extraordinary. Glad you noticed, because those stars are precisely what's important here. In the drawing, there are constellations all over the outside of the costume. There's not a single star on the costume in the photo. Then that means... What exactly? Your Honor, there were no other blue costumes at the scene. Which leads me to believe that the figure in the photo was wearing our client's costume inside out. But why would Miss Woods make a mistake like that? Well, it's not really a matter of why, but rather who made the mistake of putting it on inside out. Wait, you're not suggesting... That's right, I'm glad you're catching on. Costume designer? The costume designer wouldn't put her own costume on inside out. Sorry, Miss Scuttlebutt, but doesn't believing you had a scoop when you really didn't make you a failure as a reporter? Failure as a reporter. Just like all the and okay, it is a completely different character. Never mind. I was thinking it was Juniper, but it's not. Why, hello, Miss Scuttlebutt. So nice to meet the woman behind the box. You didn't see nothing.
Objection!
Now I will have you stop right there, Sykes-Dono. For it is the wife, the matter upon which I would have this court focus. What do you mean? Miss Juniper Woods? What were you doing on the morning of the mock trial? In my dressing room, painting my costume in fluorescent paint. Fluorescent paint? The design drawing shows twinkling stars on the costume. I was going to make the costume shimmer like that by painting the inside fluorescent. What was that again? Fluoride? Did your costume have cavities? Not fluoride, fluorescent, as in glowing. Paint would make it glow in the dark. Yes, so you applied that to the inside of the costume, and then? let it dry for a while because I heard it takes a long time. So I put the costume on my mannequin inside out. Inside out? So then... This is a photograph of the inside out costume taken in the dark. As you can see, there is a heavy layer of paint over the entire inside surface. If someone would have probably donned this costume in this state, the wet paint would get all over their body. Why yes, I believe that it would. Indeed, ergo the costume was worn the way it was, not by anyone's mistake. But because this was the way it was on in the mannequin, inside out. The glowing costume photo added to the court record. A photo of the stage costume taken in a dark room. A coat of fluorescent paint made it glow. Figures he would have a photo. Did we just fall into his trap? Yeah, I bet Blackwell had it all planned out. Still, I think you should give this photo a nice long look. Please tell me you found something that doesn't add up. Check out the chest area. Kinda looks like handprints to me. Hey, you're right. Ginny would know better than to touch it while the paint was still wet.
Objection!
Believe the term to describe your thought process as wishful thinking. After all, if master painters make mistakes, why not a rank amateur such as the accused?
Objection!
So basically you're saying a claim requires evidence to back it up? Evidence? That shouldn't be a problem, right? After all, you've come this far. Just because I've come this far doesn't mean I've thought everything through. Through though. I mean, you've just been bluffing? What did you expect me to do? I'm sick of losing to this guy. You're right. There's only one thing left to do at this point. That's to present some evidence. Pronto. Showdown, is it? I gladly accept. Fluorescent paint must have stuck to the hands of whoever touched the costume. And that paint should glow in dark places. So I just need to carefully check every last piece of evidence. This piece of evidence shows who touched the costume. This. Here. This, because you see, Robin has glow-in-the-dark paint on his hands, you know? So that would prove that they touched it with their hand, at least. So we'll go with that.
Take that!
School newspaper? Interesting. Take a look at the photo where the lights are dimmed and the spotlight is on Miss Woods. Observe Mr. Newman's hands in that photo as he stands at the prosecutor's bench. As you can see, it's glowing just like Miss Woods' fluorescent paint. It is glowing, quite brightly I might add. Why would he put fluorescent paint on his hands for the mock trial, you may ask? The answer is he wouldn't, not on purpose. Got there when he put the costume on. I mean, oh, that means... What again? It means the figure photographed in the costume was not our client Jennifer Woods. It was her classmate, Robin Newman. What? To think you were actually able to prove that. Well, you never know what's going to happen next. That's the thrill of the courtroom. So then, does that mean that Robin is our man? Well, that's certainly how it looks. Very well. Robin Newman it is. He is here in the gallery, I trust. Show yourself. I challenge you to a duel. Sounds like something that a Yu-Gi-Oh character would say. We're not playing, we're not in a courtroom, we're gonna play a card game today. Card games in the courtroom. And the funny thing is that there actually was a card game, there actually was, if I remember in the original series, there was a lawyer character that fought Joey in the courtroom. and he rigged the dice. He rigged the anytime he was using something that was luck based, he always rigged the court. Will the witness please state his name and occupation? I'm Robin Newman! I want to become a great artist! Practice day and night! Oh, that's it? Art's gonna be sincere, man! So for occupation, should we put down budding artist? No! Famous Legal Academy, Senior Prosecutor Course! This place is built on my masculinity. I've been training to be a prosecutor for 18 years. I assume you'll be cleaning up the pottery you smashed before you leave today. It is time to duel, just not the conventional way. We're dueling it out in the courtroom. Seems the witness has finally settled down. Guess nothing faces the judge after all these years. You may proceed with your testimony, Mr. Newman. Specifically, the court wishes to hear why you had fluorescent paint on your hand. I'm hoping that they do release a... There is supposed to be a Yu-Gi-Oh game coming out, but I think it's more multiplayer stuff. I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh in 10 years. Like, I stopped around... I think has it really been that long? Once Pendulums came out, once the Pendulum mechanic came out, I kind of just was like, I can't really play this anymore, it's getting too complicated. And then when I saw how Link summoning worked, I'm like, this is way too much. Like, I can only handle so many different mechanics before it becomes too much. It's like, the XYZ with the damn, sandwich mechanic was enough for me, and then once I started adding all these other stuff, it's like, no, I'm out, I'm done now. I'll still play, like, the older games, because, I like the... Like, I think I have, like, 1,300 hours clocked into one of the PSP games. Okay, why I touch the costume? Went to see Juniper in a dressing room, but she wasn't there! I walked by that fully costume, I was like, whoa! Mannequin it was on, it's about to fall on me! Got that paint on me when I caught it! I didn't put it on, that's just stupid!
Hold it!
Your Honor, I recommend a short therapy session for the witness. Well, Mr. Newman does seem particularly agitated, but... And again, what's his problem? Since at the moment Robin took the stand, the discord in his heart. So I think he might be hiding something? Probably. Ready, Mr. Newman? Let's see what the mood matrix can do for you. Oh, okay, we're doing the mood matrix this time. Alright, time to analyze some feelings. Or emotions, I guess. Okay, let's see Juniper, waiting, something changed there. So he was surprised that she wasn't there. When I walked by that furry costume, I was like, whoa. Happy and surprised. And then the mannequin was about to fall, so that was surprised. And then I got that paint on when I caught it. So the only one that would stand out to me would be the... and that's him being angry, because he's probably being accused. So, the only one that stands out here that's different is the happiness, but would that fit here? I put that fully costume on, was like, whoa. I guess the reason why is like it's a slight hint of happiness, despite the fact that there's a big thing of surprise. I guess we'll pinpoint the happiness here.
Got it!
You mentioned the stage costume. It's a sudden powerful feeling of joy. Would you care to explain, Mr. Newman? I wouldn't have said it was powerful. I would have said that it was more like... Why is there like a slight... Why is there a slight... I thought it was more slight rather than powerful feeling. Because the more powerful feeling was surprise, not the happiness. Wait, what? Why would a frilly scarf thing and a long skirt make me feel like that? I don't know, but you seem awfully interested in that costume for some reason. Didn't happen to put it on, did you? I could be into that kind of thing. I'm a dude, and I'm into braces. You don't think Robin's actually got a thing for Juniper's outfit, do you? Come on, isn't it obvious? You're enjoying this a bit too much, Athena. No way, man! The mannequin came falling toward me, so I stuck out my hands to stop it. End of story. It's a neat piece of information. Time to run an update. Okay. So what changed? Even after that update, something just doesn't feel right here. Do I have anything that could prove his statement contradicts what really happened? The photo of this would contradict his statement because you can see that there's 2 handprints here, I guess. Should be this.
Take that!
So the mannequin came falling towards you, so you stuck your hands out to stop it. So then the fingers of your hands would have been pointing outward like this. That's not what the handprints show. Yeah, the handprints show that you had opposite. In fact, this looks more like your thumbs in the base of your palms. So that would imply that they had put it on, like they went like this to put it on. I wonder what would leave such weird handprints. You know why? You left them when you went to adjust the scarf after putting it on. Just like the model in this drawing. Whoa! Why don't you just admit it, Mr. Newman? You did put the stage costume on, didn't you? And you really do like Miss Wood's clothes, don't you? Fine, I meant to put in the costume on. I don't like girly clothes, man! Only down by 10%, wow. New information to plug in. Time for another update. Okay. Nothing's changed there. Okay, now we've got 3 emotions. Wait a second, this is new. I snuck in knowing the costume was in there. My heart was pounding even though I'm a guy. That's happiness, sadness, and surprise. Then I saw it was even more amazing than I had imagined, which is happy. I was like, whoa, I'm a guy, but I got all excited. We've got happiness, and then a slight hint of sadness, for some reason. Info updated as well. It's true, I did put on girly clothes, so the happiness, and then sadness on this one. But it was strictly for artistic purposes, and he's angry. So that would probably mean the sadness, I would think, because of the way that the reactions are for the other stuff. Like, why are you feeling sad on certain statements here? Which one, though? So it's 2, 4, and 5. Which one would be the best one? If your heart was pounding, you would be sad. We're all excited. What would you be? I'm gonna go with the second one, I think, is the best option for sad. Should I go for sadness?
Got it!
There, another emotion that doesn't fit. So what? You really started to get on my nerves, man. Mr. Newman, you got excited when you put the costume on. But you also felt sad. Who cares if I felt sad? It's no big deal. Okay, Mr. Newman, out with it. Why did you feel sad? You're hiding something, aren't you? No! You're not fooling anyone anymore. Now tell us why you were sad. Okay, fine. gonna be that way, I'll tell you. The reason I felt sad is... no matter how much I dress up, I'll never be as pretty as Juniper. No offense, but his habit of shouting at the top of his lungs doesn't exactly help. No, that's not it. I totally owned those girly clothes. I should have been totally pretty. But there's something that keeps me getting in my way. Wow, that's a whole lot of anger and raw emotion right there. His heart is crying out in pain. His emotions are out of control. Out of control emotions? We saw those during the Nine Tails Veil incident. So all we have to do is find the source of his uncontrollable anger, right? We look for a conflict between his statements and the images we see. If we can find that, we can wrestle him away from whatever's tormenting him. Newman said there's something in getting in the way of him being pretty. Something that doesn't go with girly clothes. What could it be? Fine, I'll testify, man! Okay, let's drop to 85. So we've got a long way to go. Oh, this is new. Snuck in knowing the costume was in there. I was pounding even on my guy. Actually, this still changes. Sure, I felt a powerful feeling when I saw that long frilly scarf. I admit it, I wore girly clothes. Thank you for updating. Felt like a diva when I pulled the hood over my head. Felt so right, I was totally dressed up like a girl. Okay. I don't think we've done a probe session thing before. I'm guessing it means we have to probe certain statements. I would guess these last two statements are the ones that are the most important, just because of the new reactions and the new updates. I felt like a diva when I pulled over my hood. Felt so right, I was totally dressed like a girl. I feel like this one's probably the better option. Oh, that's what the probe is. The probe is the, it's where you've got to look at certain things to say, pick something, I guess it is. What we gotta pick, though? Newman, costume. What's the brace for? Oh, this is what we're going to do. We've got to probe something on their person that's making them cause anger. And the only things we have a choice are the costume, himself, or the brace. So I'm guessing we have to just probe the brace.
Got it.
So you feel a great deal of anger towards your brace, don't you? Is that what you feel is holding you back from being as pretty as you think you should be? What? So Newman, the truth is, you really want to take that brace off, don't you? No way, man. It's a symbol of masculinity. You can never take it off. Is it that you can't take it off, or that you don't want to take it off? Oh man, should have kept my big mouth shut. This is really weird. He exhibits intense anger towards his brace, which he calls a symbol of masculinity. He can't take it off, not even when he's trying to look pretty. Could be at the root of his complicated relationship with his brace. I have a feeling we're on the verge of uncovering an earth-shattering secret. Athena, you okay? It seems Robert is still hiding a secret. Big one. Bigger than the fact that he's secretly jealous of Juniper's looks? Yes, at least I think so. I'm not sure what it was that he's wearing the brace for in the first place. I don't remember if they mentioned it. No, it can't be. Just thought of something, but it's totally insane. Mr. Newman? What? Onto your little secret. If I'm correct, it's not very little at all. It's huge. This sounds completely insane, but it's the only possibility left. You want to be pretty like a girl, you hate girls, or you are a girl. I don't think it's this. It could be this. You want to be pretty like a girl, but it sounds like they're saying that they can't be as pretty as such and such, which means that there's... But it seems like we're leading towards this being the case, that this character's female. Mr. Newman, or should I say Miss Newman? You are and always have been a girl. You lost the plot, Athena? No, I'm completely serious. Don't have any direct evidence. That's what Robin's heart is shouting out, loud and clear.
Hold it!
So that you totally lost it. I mean, Robin reeks of testosterone. How could he possibly be a she? I, for one, have never seen a girl who shouts like a maniac all the time. The fact that they're sweating is also... I've seen plenty of witnesses in my day. But if he's a she, then she's the most convincing actress I've ever encountered. Therefore, let me pronounce my verdict. Robin Newman is without question a man. You are now truly Justice Dono's equal. In one area, you were just as equally insane. Never in the history of this planet has there been a finer specimen of the masculine spirit. Because I'm talking about me. I'm just gonna say, I thought for a second that was gonna be a, I thought it was gonna be an animated cutscene. Okay, they're definitely, they've changed now. Alright, what's happened now? Race is off. Not sure why the brace was there in the first place. The brace, it's... Miss Sykes, no, allow me to call you Athena. I have to keep this a secret at all costs. Okay, so... I'm guessing that that's the case. Surely this must be some kind of jest. Nope. Okay, I've got to now think of a girl voice for this character because now the character is not female, not a male anymore. So, or not pretending to be a male. So now I've got to think about like how. I've got to try and think about a. Nope, it's for real. I'm a girl, body and soul. I don't know. If you don't believe me, I'll give you a P-E-E-K. Yeah, I don't think so. As if. What an amazing transformation. Well, all the Discord is gone. The image is now complete. Alright, I don't know what type of voice to give this character, so I'm just kind of just winging it at this point. There goes the noise level. Crazier things have happened in this courtroom. This race is a boy since I was little. I studied law just as my parents wanted. Now this living light that had me pinned to the ground, it's been blown to smithereens by you, Athena. Still yelling, though. Now I can stop pretending I'm gonna be a prosecutor. I'm gonna be an artist. Yay! I don't know how to voice this. Order! Order! What a shocking development! You really did turn out to be a she. But everyone's looking at me like that. I feel like a movie star or something. But no paparazzi, please. Invade my privacy. Okay, anyway. No pixie or a credit, man. I'm just imagining things, or is Robin even more hyper now than when she was a he? I don't know. Maybe it's because she finally got her troubles off her chest. Literally. This is all well and good, but does he being a she actually change anything? The fact that the witness is actually a girl does change things. Because there is now a piece of evidence that we must reevaluate. Very well, let's see what the defense has for us now. What piece of evidence must be reconsidered now that we know the victim is a girl? It was the witness, sorry, is a girl. It was the tape recording, because, the tape recorder that we're trying to use as the evidence is suggesting that there is a woman shouting that. So now this gives us another person that could have potentially said that. This is what I'd like the court to reconsider. The tape recorder? The one that recorded the threat? Irregana? That's right. We have already established that it's a female voice in the recording. All the students who could have moved the body before the mock trial was to start. Our client was the only female if you exclude Miss Scuttlebutt because of her alibi. That is why the tape recorder made our client the prime suspect. So then... That's right, the witness just revealed that she's a girl. Therefore, if we're using the voice in this recording as the basis for hurling accusations, this witness must be labelled a suspect too. Oh no! Talk about a sudden turn of events. You've done it. You found a hole in one of the prosecution's key pieces of evidence. Yeah, but wow, that was a lot of work for a single one.
Objection!
Not so hasty now. You're forgetting that only one person here was privy to the script. Ergo, Miss Juniper Woods is still the prime suspect.
Objection!
But Miss Newman hid the fact that she was a girl, both at the crime scene and in court. I'd say that puts her in camp suspicious. That's not nice, Athena. How can you accuse me of being the killer? I mean, I'm just a weak, innocent little girl. Just thinking about that murder makes me... Oh, shit. Faint.
Objection!
Of course. Suspicious as suspicious does. Undoubtedly, the witness does have some sort of connection to this crime. Perhaps our newfound lady is merely feigning ignorance. We can surmise that she lent support to the principal offender, Juniper Woods. By leading Miss Scuttlebutt to the body, that would make her an accessory to the crime. How can you say that? An accessory to any crime, Mr. Birdman?
Objection!
Birdman? In any event, with the witness as an accessory, it explains quite a bit, does it not?
Objection!
Made it all make sense somehow. We keep accusing Junie unless we show someone else knew the movie, the script details. How could someone have gotten their hands on that kind of info? Only way they could have known what was in the script was if they saw the mock trial, heard it from Junie, or had penned the script. Well, we already know that Juniper penned the script, so that can't be correct. Only certain people had seen the mock trial in the first place, so I think they would have had to have heard it from the, they would have had to have heard it from her. Because only certain people were allowed the mock trial. Sorry, Junie, but not gonna like this. Client may have leaked the script's details to someone. What the devil? No, I shouldn't have, but I revised the script to favor the prosecution. Professor Court noticed it immediately and changed it back. Miss Woods did not, did not want Hugh O'Connor to win the mock trial. That's why I believe she leaked the details to the witness, Robin Newman. I get it. If Robin won, Hugh wouldn't be able to confess to Juniper. Right, Junior probably was trying to keep their friendship from becoming awkward. How could you, Athena? What a bunch of bull! I never heard a word about the script from Juniper. Never ever!
Objection!
Sure? Can you look me in the eye and swear you didn't? B-A-D, Athena. You don't have any evidence! I just realized this now. There's a Mr. Hat, like, hanging right there. I only just realized that now in the background. There's a... Actually, we might have just the thing. Really? Yeah, one of Robin's lines I read when we were reenacting the mock trial. He's a shot at the crime scene. Ironically, it was Professor Gott who poses the corpse. For it, I did the mock trial participants react to this photo. So Newman was surprised by what Professor Court was wearing. Robin said, "Oh, the green sweatshirt." S-U-R-E. Might have said that, but so what? Well, think of it this way, Athena. Yeah, which way exactly? If I told you that I'd be wearing a blue suit today, but then shut up wearing what I've got on now, what would you say? Oh, the red suit? I think I've got it. Your Honor, we have evidence proving that Miss Newman knew the contents of the script. The defense moves to present said evidence to the court. Very well, Miss Sykes, present away. This evidence proves that Miss Newman had prior knowledge of the script's contents. It would be the mock trial script.
Take that!
Mock trial script? Miss Newman, during the mock trial, you were shown a photo of the victim's body. And reportedly, you reacted by saying, "Oh, the green sweatshirt." Oh, yes, I said that. What's your point? Seem to have some issue with the green sweatshirt, and I think I know why. The proof is in the script, specifically on the things to prepare page. Sweatsuit. Victim's outfit will be a red one from the prosecutor course. You were surprised because the sweatshirt in the photo was green. But if you didn't know about the script's content, then that shouldn't have surprised you. No! I thought we were friends, Athena. How could I have been so blind? In light of her privileged knowledge, I move to declare Miss Newman a suspect, Your Honor. You what? No, script has makes me a suspect. Then there must be others beside me. Someone else could have also seen Professor Court's note. Note? What note? Professor and Juniper were working together to prepare for the mock trial. But only one copy of the script was made to prevent it from being leaked. That gets kind of inconvenient, right? I'm seriously going to suggest it's the truth. Professor Court did do exactly what you're thinking. She didn't write down any of the proceedings or the truth behind the case. She did write a note to herself about the props and details about the victims. B-O-D-Y. It's really true, Miss Newman. If you don't believe me, send the police over to my house. Tell them to check the pictures on my camera. Thought it might give me an advantage. So I took a picture of the notes. So she's telling the truth. Wait a sec. If there's a note with details about the body, then that means there are others who could have made the murder look like our client's script. Yes, I believe you're right. Apparently this case isn't as clear-cut as Professor Blackwell would have us believe. This new revelation blasts a big fat hole in the prosecution's case.
Objection!
Bully for you, Missy, but don't think this spells victory. And why not? The battle is still young, and my blade is now fully drawn. Between it and my next witness, your life will be forfeit. So put away your wooden sword. And show me what you are truly capable of if you wish to live. You want it? Don't worry, I'm gonna bring it. Oh, you said I want nothing to do with this trial? How juvenile. It is not a matter of what you want, or for you will cooperate, Hugh O'Connor. Prosecutor Blackwell, why have you called this witness? You will recall that the day before the mock trial, in short, the day of the murder. The accused testified that she left for home at around 6 p.m. Yes, my notes here do confirm that fact. Right, our client wasn't at school at the time of estimated time of death, so she couldn't be.
Objection!
Yet that was but a felicitous lie. Or am I mistaken, golden boy? No intention of saying anything more. You have to excuse me. Hold, I am not through with you yet. Seems the right prosecutor has it out for me. Leave him, we just might discuss you know what. No, wait. One little statement, Mr. Cool loses it. What's that all about? Changed my mind. I'll stay and testify. Are you sure, Mr. O'Connor? Whatever, genius is as good as gold. Let's get on with this. Hugh O'Connor, a senior at Themis Legal Academy. Lawyer course. How's that? Just fine. Your testimony then, if you please. You're up against the top of the class now. Be careful if I were you. No junior would never lie like that. That pompous schoolboy won't know what hit him. Around the time of the murder, to get mentally prepared for the mock trial, I meditated at the archery range till 7 p.m. Around 7:15 p.m., went to the main building before going home. It's when I saw Juniper. Didn't say much as we passed by each other. She seemed her usual self. That's it. Anything else you'd like to ask? It's quite enough. Well done, golden boy. The final bell rings at 7 p.m., at which point the campus is a desolate place. Now, you will recall the tape recorder. We know the time of the voice recording. 7:10 p.m., the day before the mock trial. That was the dark hour of this heinous crime. Do you have any proof of that? As its final bell, this school plays a special broadcast when the clock strikes 7. The female voice on the tape appears 10 minutes after that broadcast. The killer waited until the school was empty to spring a devious and deadly trap. Tape record updated in the court record. Recorded in the art room at 7:10 on the 23rd. So when the witness saw the defendant, that would have been... Indeed, it was 5 minutes after the voice was captured on the tape. Ergo, we know that the accused was still in the main building, even after the killing. So the time of the murder, and the time of when the body was moved... Great, another inconvenient testimony. Miss Sykes, your cross-examination, please. Alright. Let's keep going. Press all the statements first, obviously.
Hold it!
So, do you meditate often? Don't tell me you're going to start pestering me too. What's that supposed to mean? No need to play dumb with me. All the girls want to know about my private life. I will remind the defense this is a court of law, not a pickup spot. It seems Miss Fancy Pants' lawyer is smitten with the witness.
Objection!
Objection! Objection! Objection! Just trying to establish the witnesses. You must know, I never go on a day without meditating. Satisfied now, stalker girl? That's it? Better take that. Whoa, whoa, whoa there, Tiger. Just take a deep breath and relax. I'll just continue my testimony now, if you don't mind.
Hold it!
The client says she went home at 6 PM. You and Athena were busy preparing the mock trial together yesterday, right? Is it the last time you saw her? Yes, I left school at around 6 PM. No, wrong. I know what she was doing, but Juniper was definitely at school after 7 PM. But I suppose neither side can prove one way or the other. But if Junior was there, that means she's lying. Truth be told, I only saw her from the briefest of moments.
Hold it!
So you just walked past a good friend, barely saying a word. Final bell had already rung. They get mad when you stand around chatting. Then again, we're not like you, people, talking endlessly in those annoyingly loud voices.
Objection!
Annoyingly loud voices? I'd like it if you refrained from insulting my partner like that. Normally I'd shout objection right about now, but I'll take this one for the team. Anyway, I think that's about all I have to say.
Hold it!
I'll take you up on your kind offer. Expected as much, so go ahead, ask away. So, Connor, I want to ask you... Oh, we have to ask him a question. Did you go to the art room? Why did you stay past the last bell? Or, how did you prepare for the mock trial? Okay, how did you prep for the trial? So, I believe they already answered about, why they went to the art room. Why did you stay past the last bell? This is probably the most important thing. How did you prep for the trial? Because, I think that's gonna tie into this somehow because of the whole jacket thing as well. Like, I think that's tying into it in some way. That's gonna have to be something to do. Please tell the court what you were doing on October 23rd, the day before my trial. It's an easy one, nothing in particular. Nothing at all? You didn't help with the preparations? And get it, do you? Simply playing the role assigned to me. But the preparations and light to others. Job was to be mentally prepared. Junior put her heart and soul into getting things ready, while he just sat on his behind. Just to reiterate, I spent most of the 23rd meditating at the archery range. Didn't talk to anyone until the school closed at 7. Suppose a few archery club members did come and go while I was there? Didn't talk to anyone. Not a single soul. That's right, didn't say a word to anyone till the final bell at 7 PM. This is crucial information. Please add to your testimony. Don't know if you're bluffing, but if you are, you have a pretty good poker face. Okay, we can press this statement now.
Hold it!
Really didn't talk to anyone? They exchanged a few greetings. What does that matter? So he didn't have any conversations the entire day. He thinks that Clay needs a little more scrutiny. What should I do? So I should ask about it in more detail. Oh, never mind. We can ask all the questions. I didn't realize this. You know what? We can ask these extra questions because we may as well, and then we can do what we need to actually do. What did you say past the last bell? Why would an honest student like you ignore the last bell? Wouldn't say I ignored it. I'm simply running a little late. Do you remember exactly how late? You're a stickler for details, lady. In fact to say, it was maybe about 10-15 minutes. If you think it's that important, I'll add it to my testimony. I was hoping you'd say that. Oh, never mind, but really? I had to put all these? I guess it doesn't matter, we can add it to the testimony anyway and keep pushing it.
Hold it!
Just to see. You're not the last bell for no reason. Shame on you. No, shame on you, pressing me for no reason. Well, people do run late sometimes, like you on the day this whole case began. It appears we have a culprit in the case of the pot calling the kettle black. That too, Your Honor. Now what? Ask another question? Okay, it just swaps the question. Okay, it just swaps the question and changes the statement. So, we may as well check to see what all of them say. Stop at the art room, or as it's now known, the scene of the crime. No, I didn't. Can you prove it? As much as I'd like to say I could, I can't. Let me ask you. Can you prove that I did? As much as I'd like to say I could, I can't. But why how often do you visit there? Hardly ever. There's no reason for me to be there anyway. There's no reason for you to be there. There's no reason for you to be there? Is there an echo in here? Something's bothering you, I'll just add it to my testimony. I consider it. Thank you for noticing. It's added to your statement of your testimony. Yeah, I never went to the art room. There was no reason for me to be there. Okay, so I think this is the one that I need to press. No, sorry, the other one is the Digital 21.
Hold it!
Let's swap the question back. Reason to be in the art room? Really? Well, of course, I mean it's supervised by Professor Means. Plus, I'm not a member of Professor Court's art club. So why would I even go there? What about art class? Nice try, but seniors don't take art class. Right, then let me ask you... Wait, I just remembered something important. You did? Scored only 100% on all my art tests I took for your junior year. That's it. Right, always happy to indulge in some ego stroking. Anyway, what to ask next? So we have to ask about the trial and then present the right information on that. So we've already heard about this before. Smash through the text so we can get to the statement. Present the...
Objection!
So you didn't visit anybody on October 23rd. You sure about that? Already told you, my word is as good as gold. Okay, then how do you explain this? Don't spare any details. Sorry, never seen that before. This is the victim's planner. She recorded all of her plans in great detail. Take a look at this page here. Reads 23rd, meet with Hugh and important. Did you find that interesting? Where'd you get that? when he was important. So you were at the archer right all day. I'm yawning so much. Also said a few students came and went while you were here. Doesn't sound like a great place for important talk. The entire campus was buzzing with activity before the mock trial. Where could they have possibly had a private conversation? Thought about that too, but the situation changed after the last bell. What's this now? The witness stayed after the last bell. In order to have a private talk with the victim. Am I right, Mr. Connor? Mr. O'Connor, I should say. This is insane. Must we go through this yet again? I suppose you also have no evidence as usual. No, not any direct evidence. However, the witness was meditating until after the last bell. He did to conceal his private meeting with the victim. First Robin, now me. Who are you going to accuse next? Just another unscrupulous attorney looking to get ahead. Don't let him get to you. He's definitely hiding something. I mean, he was supposed to meet with the victim around the estimated time of death. I had my suspicions about Robin, but... Who seems just as guilty? These three are the only possible suspects, after all. So, Connor, answer me this. Did you meet with Professor Cord that day? Sorry, Mr. Jabber, prosecutor. Don't mean to steal your thunder, but I got something to say. If it will save me some trouble, then by all means speak away. If you recall, Miss Sykes, the voice on the tape recorder was female. Knowing that, I'd like you to explain how I could possibly be a suspect. He has a point. Impressive. Golden Boy here does shine gold indeed. Care to take the reins? You're more than capable of prosecuting this case. Sorry, but I'm studying to be a lawyer. What a pity. To think such genius is to be wasted on mere lawyering. At last, your moment is here, Sykes Dono. Time to refute Golden Boy's statement. And prove that you're the young prodigy worthy of the badge on your lapel. Can you lay any more pressure on? Voices are unmistakably female, so there's no point in arguing about that. Yeah, you're right. In which case, to whom does the voice on the tape really belong to? The witness, the victim, or the defendant? What's the voice recording saying again? You're a goner, it was saying. So they're saying it can't be the witness because this particular witness is you. So the defendant is Juniper saying you're a goner, which would not make sense either because we've already think so. It would have to be the victim herself saying it. The person on the tape belongs to the victim. It's the only thing that makes sense.
Objection!
Are you mad? The voice on the recording says you're a goner. That is something a murderer shouts at their victim, not the other way around. Yeah, that is a problem. You're a goner. You're a goner. You're a goner. Athena. You're a goner. You a goner. Hugh O'Connor. Hugh O'Connor. Wait a second. Whoa, Athena, you're scaring me here. You're scared? I'm terrified for even coming up with this. With what? Prosecutor Blackwell, you wanted to know if I am worthy of my badge. Well, I'm about to show you why. Despite my age, I can wear it with pride. And can I take it you won't be changing your argument? Still, it stands that it's a bit odd for the victim to be the one yelling, "You're a god." I agree, if that's what the victim was saying, but it's not. I assume you have something to back up your assertion, Miss Sykes. Not exactly, but you don't have to add fuel to his fire, Your Honor. If it is indeed Professor Court's voice on the tape, then she was shouting because she was threatening O'Connor, being threatened by O'Connor, or scolding O'Connor. I don't think it was her threatening, I don't know if it was her being threatened by him. It could be her threatening, or scolding. But what would it sounds more like a threat than a scold, though. That's the thing, but... Because Yoragana sounds like a threat, but she seems to be thinking at the moment that she's not saying that. That could be something else. So maybe it's this. It's the scolding, because being threatened, she wouldn't be saying that. Threatening him by saying Yoragana would be, but it seems like we're going along the lines of that she wasn't saying that. So let's go with this. Let's call one basic fact into question. Is that shout on the tape really saying Yoragana? What are you up to now, Athena? I like how Apollo was just constantly annoyed by, Apollo was just continuously and constantly annoyed by, Athena. In this entire trial. Professor Court's planner says she was supposed to meet with the witness for an important talk. Perhaps our witness, despite being a genius, had done something wrong. This made Professor Court get angry with them during their private meeting. I don't see how this changes what we heard on the tape. Well, if you want to see how it changes things, then let's try a little experiment. Your Honor, I want you to yell at the witnesses if you're mad at him. But, and this is important, use his full name. Okay, let's see. Hugh O'Connor. What did I do to deserve that? Yes, like that. Now try again, but faster. Hugh O'Connor. Hugh O'Connor? Hugh O'Connor? Hugh O'Connor? Wait a second. No, this can't be.
Objection!
You think I'd spend the energy to lead you this far if it wasn't true? But it is, Your Honor. Humans are not perfect, that's a scientific fact. We sometimes mistake shadows for monsters, or the wind for voices. Not that you mentioned it. You can do this, Athena. Just give the old guy one more little push. The sound on the tape recorder never was the phrase Yoragana. That's only what we thought we heard, when in fact it was the witness yet getting yelled at. The court will note that this is different from the selective hearing men are so good at. I just realized that was making fun of selective hearing. I think you're right, but what was that last part again? Never mind, the important thing is that the voice that was recorded isn't our client's. Since it was the victim scolding the witness, he must now join the list of suspects. I was wondering what that was beside him. I had thought that testimony would suffice, but it seems that it has come to this. I will not allow such fallacious quibbles to upend this case. The prosecution has one final piece of evidence to present to the court. Evidence? What's he gonna pull now? Feast your eyes on this photo, and let me see that insolent look vanish from within them. Let's see here. Oh, it's a picture of the defendant and the victim. The photograph shows Professor and student preparing for the mock trial together. Wait, was this taken in the art room? The room where the murder occurred? Indeed it was, but the revelations do not end there. Do you see the clock on the wall? Reads 7:05, and we have 5 minutes before the voice was recorded on the tape. The accused brutally stabbed the victim to death 5 minutes after this photo was taken. Camera photo, added to the court record. Photo of the art room while preparations were being made, taken on the night of the murder. Seems the defendant's culpability in this crime is quite obvious. Genius with Professor Court just 5 minutes before she was murdered. What now? Nothing I can say can change that fact. Understand now? You can believe in your client or your wish, but try as you might. Such misplaced faith will inevitably be cut down before the cruel, steely blade of truth. Listen, is he the person you'd like to save more than anyone else in the world? I'd be willing to wager that your defense isn't what they desire. But... I became a lawyer so I could... You still fail to understand, after so much pain and defeat. Courts are not the playgrounds of little children dressed as lawyers. So before you break your back in failure, run along home and grow up. If you think I'm giving up now, it's got another thing coming. I have to find my inner strength if I ever hope to save him. But I can't think of any other way to strike back. Worst times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smile. It's impossible. How can I smile under these circumstances, even if I forced it? This is better than bad. Who knew Blackwell had that one waiting in the wings? Why didn't that twisted samurai just present it at the beginning? Wait, maybe this was his real plan. Is he just trying to show me how weak and powerless I am? Maybe he's right, because I really haven't got a clue. Who's the real killer? Who murdered Professor Constance Court? Oops. Robin Newman? A girl who'd been forced to live a life as a guy? Or was it Hugh O'Connor, the honor student who had met with Professor Court? There seems to be a little reason to debate the defense's guilt any longer. Time for a verdict has come. Wait, you're objecting? It's not gonna happen, man! What's the meaning of this? You can't interrupt the judge about to hand down a... Maybe, but false verdicts are N-O-N-O. Mr. Newman, please explain yourself. Jennifer's not the killer. I know, because I know who the real killer is. You do? You know who the real killer is? What's she up to now? Yep, I know because the real killer is... M.E. me. Tee-hee? What? It was me! I did it all along! Just me! I don't get it. Why is she confessing? Newman was witnessed near the stage. There's even a related photo of her. The more I think about it, the more suspicious she seems. Robert Newman isn't the kind of guy who pins the blame on friends. Just so he can walk free. Get it over with. Declare me guilty already. I just love all the reactions for everyone. All of the reactions of the, like, Athena and stuff. No, in this case it's much different. In these games, if you get found guilty of, murder, it's the death penalty. So, the court system in these games is guilty until proven innocent, and typically the trials only last, 3 days. At least that's how it was in the older games. And, what is it called? If you do commit murder, it's a death penalty. Juniper, what are you doing? Thank you for all you've done, Athena. You'll have to forgive me. Can't let my friends take the blame any longer. Judy, no! Don't do it! You and Robin have done nothing wrong. They have absolutely no connection to this case. There are several countries that have death penalties for things. I know Texas. The state of Texas are very, very harsh on their things. Like armed robbery will get you armed robbery with no Japan's system has changed. I don't know if it's the same thing. I know in Texas, armed robbery with no injuries or no deaths or anything like that is still a death sentence. So I assume anything above that would be considered death penalty worthy in Texas. But yeah, if you're talking about drug dealers and stuff, Bali have the death penalty for drug dealers. Because there was a big case that happened here about 20 years ago, actually, with a bunch of drug dealers who went over to Bali, and yeah, they got the death penalty. Real killer is me. I alone am responsible for the entire crime. What?
Objection!
Junior, you know that's not true. Hurry up and retract your statement. I'm afraid it's true. Forgive me, Fiona. Japan's death penalty law requires that execution must be... Yeah, that makes sense, yeah. That's probably because they don't want them to be public executions. But yeah. So I'm gonna turn the light on real quick because it's getting a bit dark. Worse yet, there are still countries in the world. That stone people to death as well, which is basically, hey, get buried up to your neck in dirt or sand, and then people just pelt rocks at you. You die from that. Like that. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like public executions are meant to be. I don't know why. I don't know what the particular reason is why they do it. But Japan have a different morality system to a lot of other places because it's like, trials typically take only 3 days. Well, at least in this game, they only take 3 days. It's kind of like a lot of things are like that. I think it's got to do mainly with privacy. Give the victims privacy. Give the killer no real publicity, which again makes a lot of sense for them to do that. But I definitely think that's a lot better than thing. But I definitely respect what their rules are and stuff. It's definitely something that can be commended. Order! Order! Will somebody please explain what's going on here? I see right through your cheap ploy. School rules state that a prior conviction terminates one's eligibility to graduate. A guilty verdict here would make whatever dreams one had go up in a puff of smoke. So where? Even meek little mice will fight when cornered. A pitiful spectacle, I might add. These vermin are trying to protect each other, now that they've nowhere else to run. Protect each other? Wait. So was Robin just trying to protect Junie too? So then the real killer is... really? They're all doing it. This whole thing's a joke. Uh-oh, now it's Hugh's turn. What? What is wrong with kids these days? No, what just crossed your mind, Miss Sykes? Oh, it's a bow and arrow. That's what it has in the thing. You think I'm the killer, don't you? But he really is a genius. He even knows what you're thinking. I think it's about time I told you the truth. I'll even get right to the point. It was me, I did it. Now both potential suspects are claiming to be the real killer. So confused right now. You still have doubts? How about I detail my murder plot? It's absolute genius. Enough of this nonsense. This is a court of law and not the set of some high school drama. I see I have no choice. I'm afraid I'll have to wait your boldness. I'm sorry, Prosecutor Blackwell, but I'm in no position to hand down a verdict just yet. I am hoping that the defense and prosecution can come up with some airtight evidence. That is why I'm giving you both the rest of the day to continue investigating this case. Pinch me, I think I'm dreaming. Fine, do as you wish. This brings today's proceedings to a close. Court is adjourned. Yeah, I respect Japan for their certain rules when it comes to crimes and stuff, but there's also other there's a bunch of questionable rules all over the place in the world. But we don't have the death penalty here. We haven't had that in a long time. I've never really believed in the death penalty, to be honest, just because of the only time I would agree that the death penalty is absolutely certain is if you can 100% guarantee that this person definitely did the crimes, because I would never want somebody to be found innocent later on after they've already died, is the issue. It's a very, very serious, like, accusation to, you know, sentence a person to death and then have them, you know, wrongfully, killed. So I think that's why I definitely think that's, something that... So person driving a truck holding... So person driving a truck holding a selfie stick kind of trials. No, these cases are all murder cases, for the most part. I don't think they've ever done a case that didn't have a murder in it. They deal with some very, very deep cases in this. There's been, the first case in this game, there's a bomb that went off. There was a bomb that went off. The second case, there was a... did I say that? Well, look at some countries. In some countries, if somebody commits sexual assault on a minor or anybody, they are castrated. In some countries, they do that. But yeah, this game has a lot of wacky trials. First, they're all still castration isn't enough. I mean, it is in certain states that's what they do, but. I would like, whenever it comes to something like that, I would always, again, want to make sure that with 100% certainty that the person's actually done it before actually, like, What's, your granddad's replacement for the death penalty? October 25th, write anything, agency. Sorry, boss, I couldn't do it. I know that little bit of advice you gave me. Worst times are when lawyers have to, force their biggest smiles. Don't know exactly what you meant. There was no way I could force a smile in that courtroom today. Splatter, yeah, you remembered that. But now, how about relaxing a little? Relax, not gonna happen. She asked me to defend her because she believes in me. I also kind of don't want to go into the, all of the cases that you deal with, is because, they usually tie back towards each other, and I remember you saying that you were interested in playing these games at some point, so I'll let you, watch the some of the more wacky cases and stuff if you go back and play the older ones. But most of the cases, I think every case that we've ever done, it's always been murder. Completely helpless. Went for their confessions. Yeah, I think this is a good point for me to make sure I save. So probably I did say I was going to have a shorter stream today, so this is going to be where I will probably stop. I'm still not really feeling it with this trial. We're about to do another investigation, because now we've got a potential of 3 potential suspects who are all basically covering for each other. It seems like that's how that's going. We didn't really get to discuss all that much with what was happening with the case. It just seems like everyone came in and, I'm not really feeling it with this case. A lot of the problems I've noticed with a lot of games that are like this, there's always, something called the third case syndrome, where essentially, the third case is just, it's the middle of the game, and they try to be ambitious with something, but that just doesn't really pan out. I'm feeling it with this case. I liked the investigation. The trial was fine. Like, I like the characters are okay. It just doesn't feel as impactful as the first 2 cases, so I'm not really feeling it with this at the moment. But, yeah, I would have liked to have streamed a little bit longer, but the issue is, I ran out of time, one, and also YouTube decided to stuff me around. Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. I understand. The issue with that is that, the issue with that is definitely, law-based, though. It's the whole thing about, like, it's like, if someone's in prison, then they shouldn't be, you know, that would be very, very, unethical. Like, there would be so many... Like, let's put it this way, right? Like, imagine if this happened, and somebody was found not guilty of the crime, but someone basically said, I would wish for you to be, like, skinned alive and kept, and tortured or something. Like, could you imagine if that person, they found some evidence, and all of a sudden it was like... Like, that would be very, very brutal, but at the same time, I kind of get it, but... Yeah, that would be very, very hard to pass in a, Yeah, dead to right, I guess I understand. I would understand that, but at the same... Again, that would also basically mean, like, that would make... I feel like that would bring out some really, like, dark, like... people and stuff, like... In some ways, I understand. I understand, obviously, if this person's committed a heinous crime, but at the same time, like, we're talking about, like, it would take some really, like, I don't even know how to put it. It would really, like, take some true hatred. I don't necessarily agree with it, but or disagree, but it would require some level of, like, true hatred in your heart to really want to even do such a thing for that. Because I don't believe in the death penalty, because what's the point in killing somebody when they should have to, you know, I believe in, like, make someone live in solitary confinement for the rest of their life, because you've essentially killed somebody, and you've taken that person away for the rest of that person's family, so the only closest thing we can do with that is put someone in a cell, a tiny cell where they don't have anything. They only have the basic things that would need to keep them alive, and that's it. That's how I would... But obviously they just don't do that. Like, it should be like a solitary, like, thing. Yeah, that's the thing, but I definitely understand. Like, that's where there's, like, that morality and the difference between the thing. Like, obviously, like, I can't speak on that sense because I've never had to feel that way. But if that did happen, then obviously you would feel like you would want a sense of justice higher than just, oh, why is this person able to just live their life with no problems whatsoever. Like, that's definitely something that I, like, there is definitely something that I can't understand how that would feel because I've never actually had to go through that. But I have a strong sense of justice in the sense that I think that if someone's going to commit a crime, they should be held accountable and responsible for that crime without, you know, but again, the legal systems in the world are all wacky and people find ways to get away with murder and that all the time, so what can you do? But yeah. I'm not really feeling with this case at the moment. We'll see how the investigation, the trial goes for the next one. See if there's more twists and turns. The characters are okay. Everything just feels like it's okay. It's third case syndrome. I think I'm suffering from third case syndrome. And also the fact that the first two cases were so good. Second case in particular. But yeah. I guess with all that being said, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Before I should mention that, I'll probably be back for this tomorrow, hopefully. I might even be back for it tonight. I don't actually know. I might try and see if I can do a stream or not. I don't know if I will. Regardless of whatever I plan to do, whenever I'm up streaming, I will stream whenever that happens to be. So, yeah, I guess that's it. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, thank you for stopping by. I know that you were really late. It's really late for you at the moment, so I appreciate stopping by. But yeah, that being said, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Every like, comment, and subscription review this video gets close to monetization. I have some more content for you all. It's going to find. I upload everything to my YouTube channel. Right now, I cannot post any links on YouTube because I've got to wait the time out for YouTube to fix their problems, so I have to do it all here. I put everything to YouTube. All my stuff is in the organized playlists. You can also find in my games list here for all the games that we've played on the stream so far, along with all my speedruns and any other content as well. I'll be improving some of the things for that too. Also, what is it called? All the upcoming games you have to buy, the DLCs, games as well I'm going to be playing for the future are on there too. So if you ever miss a stream, you can always find the VODs on YouTube. Usually the part that, so it depends on the day and depends on what I'm doing, but usually I try to aim for the stream from the previous day to be uploaded sometime 24 hours after after I finish doing all the stuff the next day. So sometimes it's later, sometimes it's earlier. We'll just have to wait and see how that works out. I upload everything to YouTube because I have a 7-day limitation on my videos before they're deleted off Twitch forever, so that also means that you can find them there too. More Plat and switching things up, so games we've played, as well as Plat Rec videos. The Tokyo Game Show's coming up, I believe, in a week? I don't remember when it is exactly. But we'll see how when that is, but I will probably be covering that. Sony may also be there, which is interesting, because they weren't there before. So working on more triangle strategy speedruns, speedruns, but also doing those. The live notes are all done, so I'm back on working on the Octopath Travel individual levels right now. Did a little bit more of that today while I was waiting for the upload to finish. Some of the Tactica I might work on tonight. It depends on what's going on. We'll just have to see. You get a notification when I go live watching on YouTube. For my Twitch, at 200 followers, we're doing live challenge speedruns. So we've got 0 Kills Ninja, 100 Kills Ninja, and also Boss Rush. I may do all achievements at some point in time if I decide to, if I can find a way to maybe do that by triggering that with stuff. We'll just see how that goes. Also very close to reaching affiliate, which means I get monetized as well. Get to make a bunch of subscriber emotes and do incentives to support me and I try going forward in the future. Also get an extra 7 days to upload before my videos are permanently off as well, and you'll also get a notification when I go live watching on Twitch. Follow me on Twitter. It's not how you spell Twitter. If you know when I go live, you should open Discord. I will send you an invite to my friend's Discord server, close to 2,000 members. Still growing strong, and talk to some gamers to discuss there as well. I'm very active there, and you'll also get a notification. I'm going to go live as well. And finally, if you wish to know who created my stream overlay that I use for all my future content going forward, you can find a link down below in the description of that as well. So as always, before we get out of here, I will raid someone. If anyone has any raid requests, I will take those on. Otherwise, I will usually just raid someone that's currently online. Let's see if there's anyone here. Anyone that I'm following at the moment. Anywhere that I like? Okay, well, let's see if... who do you think deserves a laughing panda? I think you're already in their stream, though. That's the issue. I think you're already there. But I am, you're not annoying. You're not annoying. You're just very, passionate about your, and stuff, I think. It's the best way. Yeah, you actually are, I think. Yeah, you would be. I'm gonna rate them anyway, because they're very closely reaching affiliate, and I'd like to get them there, because they have a couple of other people that are things, so, let's just send everyone over to there anyway, because, I need to help them get to affiliate. They're doing some Rainbow Six Siege at the moment, so... with all that being said, have a good day night wherever you are, and I will see you all later. Thank you all for watching as well.